Have you ever wondered how a single act of courage can change the course of history? Today, we embark on a journey into one of the most powerful and timeless stories in the Bible, the story of David and Goliath. It is a tale of unshakable faith, divine intervention, and triumph against all odds. Prepare to be inspired as we uncover the profound lessons hidden within this epic confrontation. In ancient Israel, a formidable army led by King Saul stood frozen in fear. They were at war with the Philistines, an enemy that loomed as a dark and imposing shadow. At the center of this fear was Goliath, a giant warrior over 9 feet tall, covered in heavy armor and armed with a spear so massive it seemed impossible for any ordinary man to lift. For 40 days, Goliath taunted the Israelites, his voice thundering across the valley. "Choose a man to fight me. If he defeats me, we will be your servants. But if I defeat him, you will serve us." Day after day his challenge echoed, and day after day, no one dared to step forward. The soldiers' courage wavered under the shadow of his colossal presence. The Israelites were paralyzed, their faith drowned out by the deafening voice of fear. In a nearby village, a young shepherd named David tended his father's flock. David was the youngest of his brothers, often overlooked for greater tasks. Yet, while others dismissed him as merely a boy, David had spent countless hours in the fields cultivating a deep faith. Through encounters with lions and bears, he had learned to trust in God's deliverance. In the quiet of the pastures, he sang songs of praise, his heart growing steadfast in the Lord. One day, David's father sent him to deliver provisions to his brothers on the battlefield. Arriving at the camp, he heard Goliath's taunts and saw the fear in the soldiers' eyes. To David, this was not merely a military challenge, but a spiritual affront. "Who is this uncircumcised Philistine that he should defy the armies of the living God?" David asked, his voice filled with righteous indignation. Word of his defiance soon reached King Saul. David stood before Saul with unwavering confidence. "Let no one lose heart on account of this Philistine," he declared. "Your servant will go and fight him." Saul, astonished by David's boldness, responded, "You are only a boy, and Goliath has been a warrior since his youth." But David's faith remained unshaken. He recounted the times God had delivered him from the claws of lions and bears while protecting his flock. "The Lord, who delivered me from the paw of the lion and the paw of the bear, will deliver me from the hand of this Philistine," David proclaimed. Moved by David's conviction, Saul allowed him to fight, offering his own armor. Yet the armor proved too heavy and cumbersome for the young shepherd. David chose instead to rely on what he knew: his sling, 5 smooth stones from a stream, and an unyielding trust in God. As David approached the battlefield, Goliath sneered, "Am I a dog that you come at me with sticks?" But David was undeterred. His voice rang out with fearless conviction. "You come against me with sword, spear, and javelin, but I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty, the God of the armies of Israel, whom you have defied. This day the Lord will deliver you into my hands, and all the world will know that there is a God in Israel." With that, David reached into his pouch, retrieved a stone, and placed it in his sling. As Goliath advanced, David swung the sling and released the stone. It flew with precision, striking the giant square in the forehead. Goliath staggered and fell face down to the ground. The seemingly invincible warrior was defeated by a shepherd boy armed with faith. David ran to Goliath, took the giant sword, and ensured the victory. The Philistine army, witnessing the fall of their champion, fled in terror. Cheers erupted from the Israelite camp, a testament to what faith in God can accomplish. The story of David and Goliath is far more than an account of a physical battle. It is a profound reminder that no obstacle is too great when we place our trust in God. David's victory did not stem from his own strength or skill, but from his unwavering faith in the Lord's power. Each of us faces giants in our lives: fear, doubt, illness, or seemingly insurmountable challenges. David's story teaches us that we are not alone in these battles. Just as God was with David, He is with us, ready to guide and empower us to overcome. Consider the giants you are facing today. How can you confront them with the same trust and confidence that David displayed? His words echo through time, reminding us that God's strength is made perfect in our weakness. When we rely on Him, even the greatest giants can fall. It's easy to focus on the dramatic confrontation between David and Goliath, but equally important are the quiet moments that prepared David for this victory. In the solitude of the pastures, David honed his skills and deepened his relationship with God. He faced smaller challenges, the lions and bears, that strengthened his faith and courage. Likewise, our own moments of preparation often happen in the quiet, unseen corners of our lives. These are the times when God shapes our character, building within us the faith and resilience needed for future challenges. Never underestimate the value of these seasons of growth. David's story is not just about defeating a giant. It is about leaving a legacy of faith and courage. His victory inspired an entire nation to trust in God. Today, his story continues to resonate, reminding us that courage rooted in faith can transform not only our own lives, but also the lives of those around us. Imagine the quiet fields where David once tended his sheep, singing praises under the vast starlit sky. Those moments of worship and trust prepared him for the defining battle of his life. Similarly, the challenges we face can become opportunities for God's glory to shine through us. As you reflect on this story, think about the giants in your life. What obstacles seem insurmountable? What fears hold you back? Remember David's unwavering confidence in God. Let his example inspire you to step forward in faith, trusting that no problem is too big and no enemy too powerful for the Almighty. If this story has encouraged you, share it with someone who may need a reminder of God's power and faithfulness. Together, let us draw strength and inspiration from God's Word, finding courage to face our giants with unshakable faith. May the courage of David fill your heart, and may you walk boldly in the knowledge that God is with you. May the courage of David fill your heart, and may you walk boldly in the knowledge that God is with you. God bless you.